Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liv and I am going to a holiday party tonight. So I thought I would try out a get ready with me. I have not filmed one of these yet, so bear with me. Let's see. Before we start, this is not the hairstyle that I'm rocking for the party tonight, but it's gonna get dark soon because it gets dark so early right now. So I'm going to film my makeup now and do my hair later. So just like imagine that my hair is nice and curled. My brows are already on. I do my brows using the Brow Gal Convertible Brow by Tonya Crooks. If you want a tutorial on that, let me know in the comments. I just feel like there's so many brow tutorials on YouTube. So like, if people want to see it, I'll do it. But if people don't want to see it, you know, I'm not gonna waste anyone's time. I'm gonna start with the eyes, so I will zoom you guys in and we can get started. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. This is like a sample size, I think, and it's lasted me forever. This stuff is really good, so just gonna take this on the eyes here. And then to set that down, I'm going to take the shade Private Party from the Pure Cosmetics Soiree Diaries palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I talked about it in my 10 best BoxyCharm products of 2017 video, which I will link in the eye above. This is just a good neutral shade. I'm taking a fluffy brush from the Morphe Eye Credible set and just using it to set down that primer. And using that same brush, I'm gonna dip into the Morphe 39A palette. There it is, Dare to Create. I did my first impressions on this last week and I've been really loving it. So I will link that video above if you're interested. But I'm just gonna start deepening up the crease here. I'm gonna have just like a very basic black smoky eye with silver glitter today. So I wanna start with a pretty neutral crease color. I'm gonna pick up the shade Transitional, which is like a cool toned brown, which is unusual and really cool. These shadows blend so well. So this party I'm going to is 1920s themed, but I didn't really feel like digging up a 1920s dress. So I just bought a dress that I like that's kind of sparkly. And I was like, that's the 20s, right? Glitter, that's like the whole thing. So, I don't know. And I'm just blending this out throughout the whole crease here, just as a transition shade for all of my other shadows to blend into. Everything I go into after this is gonna be pretty much grays and blacks, but I find that having a brown base is really nice because it makes that transition at the top, you know, from like eyeshadow into your brow bone look so much more natural. Okay, and I like to keep my blending brushes handy so that I can go in and re-blend everything, so I'm going to put this one down for now. Next up, I'm going to grab the e.l.f. Angled Contour Brush. Now I'm going to move into some gray shades. This one is called Deep Hue. And I want to focus this on the outer corner, but I'm also taking it into the crease. And like I said, I'm gonna pick up that original blending brush and just blend everything out here. So this is the Moda Pro crease brush. I'm mostly gonna use on the outer corner, but also the crease, so I guess it works. Oh, that doesn't look very blended. 1 second. The next gray shade I'm going to pick up is at the bottom row, and it is called Slice. And then I'm also taking it into the crease, not all the way across, but just a little bit in. And I'm really gonna focus on blending out the edge here. I wanna pick up a little bit of Deep Hue, the shade before this, just to help blend it together. And on top of that, I'm going to grab Transitional and the same brush that I used originally to blend out the edges once more. All right, and time to blend out the other eye. God, it makes such a difference. Okay, so now for the black, I really want to get that outer corner nice and smoky. I'm picking up this little tapered blending brush from that Morphe Eye Credible set and picking up the black shade in this palette, which is Muse. It's black. Like, it can be really hard to do black eyeshadow right. A lot of times they're kind of gray or they're patchy, but this is black. And I'm just getting that all on the outer portion of the lid, and we're gonna blend like crazy. But for now, let's just get the color on. And I'm gonna take that crease brush from Moda Pro that I used to apply Slice and use it to blend this out as well. And don't worry about like the center of the eye because we're gonna go in with the glitter there, so no need to like make it particularly smooth in that area because it's gonna get covered up anyway. Okay, and for the glitter, I'm going to be using the NYX Pigment in the shade Magnetic. So I'm just gonna tap a bunch of this into the lid. Sorry, that's probably a really annoying noise. And I'm just gonna use a flat shadow brush from the Morphe Eye Credible set to get a bunch of pigment on the brush. Then I'm gonna spray the brush with MAC Fix Plus. And I'm actually gonna dip it back in because I want as much pigment as humanly possible on this brush. Okay, now I'm just going to bring that onto the eyelid. I'm not doing a cut crease, so I'll blend away the edges there of the glitter, but for now, just wanna get it in there. Okay, and to blend out the edges of this, I'm gonna get this clean, pretty small blending brush. It's actually from Revolution Pro. I think it came in a palette, but it's just kind of rounded at the tip, so it's really good for like getting in small areas. And I wanna blend out this top edge here. I'm gonna grab a bit of Deep Hue, which is the first gray shade that I used. And then, as you can see, more blending with that first brush. And then to blend out the edge where the glitter meets the eyeshadow here, I'm gonna grab this Precision Shadow Brush from Sephora and pick up the shade Exposed in this palette, which is gray that actually has some flecks of glitter in it. So I figured that'll be really good to blend the silver glitter into the darker blacks and grays here. And to do this, I'm sort of wiggling the brush back and forth. Okay, and I want to just touch up this one spot of glitter where some of the eyeshadow fell onto it. Okay, I just popped on the Tarteist Pro Lashes in Center of Attention. Ooh, we're zoomed out. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and like disguise the lash line a little bit because it's sort of crooked because I'm so bad at putting on fake eyelashes, but also I've become addicted to them. It's a very hard position to be in. I'm gonna grab the Skone Insanely Intense Tattooed Waterproof Eyeliner. I'm not making a wing or anything. I'm just gonna let this blend into the black shadow here. I just want to clean up the fallout under my eyes and the edges of the eyes as well. So I'm just going to grab a makeup wipe. This is the Micellar Cleanser Makeup Remover from Trader Joe's. I am obsessed with Trader Joe's cosmetics. Might have a video coming out on that soon because it's really, really awesome stuff. So I'm just going to grab that and clean up this fallout and also use it to get a nice straight line here. Okay, let's do the rest of the face. I'm gonna start by priming. I just went to look for a primer that I never purchased. Like I was like, oh, I wanna use NYX Angel Veil. I don't own NYX Angel Veil. I don't know. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's a sample size and I only use it when I'm doing like a full glam look. So it's lasted me a really long time. This is really good for filling in pores. So I'm gonna focus this on my nose where I have the biggest pores, but I have honestly really big pores all over my face. Just focusing this in the T-zone and then bringing it out to the rest of the face as well. Oh, focus, focus. There we go. For foundation, I'm gonna mix two together. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in the shade 103 Natural Buff. I thought Natural Buff would be like, you know, it's 103, like it's one of the lightest shades, but it's actually really dark on me, which is great. So I'm just going to dab this all over the face and I'm going to mix another foundation in with it, just like on the skin. This is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in Vanilla. And I love this drop formula because you can decide exactly how much you want. Also just like a really good foundation. Okay. This is good. This is a good look. I'm gonna grab this Pure Cosmetics sponge, which is kind of dirty, so don't look at it. Oh no, this is getting in my eyebrow. One problem. The drop foundation. It's a little drippy. I thought I was being cute. It's being a cute Instagram thing, and I got it in my eyebrow. The combination of these two foundations is so full coverage. It's amazing. I feel like I barely need concealer once I do this. The reason I mix those on the face is that it means I can focus the lighter one, which is the NYX Drop Foundation, on the areas that I normally highlight anyway. So I really like that I can put it on the center of my forehead and on my chin and under my eyes. And those areas will end up being a tiny bit lighter than the rest of the face. And it's not like a super noticeable effect, but it definitely is noticeable versus when I've like mixed them on the back of my hand or something like that. So that's a fun way to mix foundations and get a little contouring done. Ooh, foundation lips, my favorite part. And now, for cream products. Okay, I'm gonna grab a cream contour that I've been really excited about lately. This is the NYX Conceal Correct Contour Kit in Light. I've used it as like a primer lately, but the reason I picked this up in the first place was because of this contour shade. It just seemed like such a good cool tone brown, but the texture of these is kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like super sticky and it just didn't blend well. So then I was watching YouTube videos, because I'm always watching YouTube videos, and I saw someone, maybe Casey Holmes, using a beauty oil like a Farsali oil, mixing it with the Anastasia contour kit to like soften it up. And I was like, oh my god, why haven't I used oil? So I'm grabbing the Physicians Formula Argan Oil. I mean, you can get argan oil anywhere. This one just happens to be Physicians Formula. And dropping just like 2 little drops of that into that contour shade. And then just using a flat concealer brush to kind of blend it in. It makes such a difference. I tried this for the first time yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh, because I'm never really been good at cream contouring because I feel like I've always been using things with a bad consistency. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, life hack. And this little palette is super cheap. So if this is like a contour shade for you, like you're set. And to blend this out, I'm using a Carity bronzer brush. I see people use this for powder bronzer and I have no idea how you're supposed to do that, but I think it works really well for blending this out. Ah! And always just want to blend up because it's fine if you get a little bronzy or a little contoury on the cheeks, but you don't want to be like contoured on your jaw area because that can be muddy. This is a pretty subtle cream contour, but I really like it. Now for concealer, I'm gonna grab my Tarte Shape Tape. I've got 2 shades here. Light medium honey, I'm gonna use on any like little blemishes that are peeking through this foundation, which is like pretty hard to do, but my acne finds a way. And I'm gonna let that sit for a second. And while I do, I'm gonna apply my other shade, which is light neutral under the eyes. I'm almost out of this, and it's like so heartbreaking because Shape Tape is so expensive. But I use it literally every day, so like I can't complain, you know? Like, it's such a great product. I'm just like, why can't it last literally forever? I don't want to buy it again. Okay, I'm gonna blend this out just using that same beauty blender. I'm gonna set under my eyes using the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder, which is such a good setting powder. This is an Aesthetica H22 brush, which I feel like I must have gotten in like a BoxyCharm because I've never bought anything from Aesthetica in my life. But just gonna pick up some of this powder and brush it under the eyes. All right, so to set my face, I'm gonna grab the NYX Mineral Set It and Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder. Just gonna grab a little bit of this and dust it down the center of the nose and on the forehead. Just down the center of the face. I just have the same sponge I was using earlier, and I'm just patting the powder in a little bit more under the contour just to sharpen it up. I'm not like baking per se, because I don't plan to come back and wipe it away. I just want to really set that down. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more so we can finish up the eyes. So first I'm gonna grab this same Revolution Pro brush, the one that has like the nice rounded edge, and use this to smoke out under the lower lash line. I'm gonna grab this gray shade here, Slice. And on the very outer edge, you just wanna connect that up to the shadow. Then I'm gonna take this little pointed brush that I used for the black shadow on the top and use it for the black shadow on the bottom. Just gonna focus this really close to the lower lash line and only on the outer half. And once more, just gonna blend it out using the first brush. All right, and I'm gonna tightline the lower lash line using the Pixi Endless Silky Eye Pen in black. This is such a good waterline eyeliner. It stays forever. And I have like, I don't know how to describe it, like really watery waterlines. Like nothing stays on them. So if an eyeliner stays, like that's a really good sign. And this one is the best. I'm just gonna pop some mascara on the lower lashes. This is the Voluminous Butterfly Sculpt by Loreal. I also use this to blend my top lashes into the falsies. Okay, it's time to finish the rest of the face. So first I'm gonna go in with bronzer. I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is the original shade and it smells so good. I just got this recently. I know it's like an old thing, but like I'm obsessed with it. And to put it on, I'm using the Jumbo Kabuki fan brush from Crown. Oh, why is this brush wet? Oh, that's promising. Something is wet on my vanity. I don't know what. Okay, and then I want to take just a little bit on the sides of my nose, but this brush is way too big. So I'm gonna grab this Luxie Precision Foundation brush. I usually just use it for nose bronzing. I wouldn't call it a nose contour per se. And this little bit under the bottom lip makes your lips look like really nice and full. All right, for blush, I'm gonna grab the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Between the Sheets. It's just a really good like neutral blush. And I'm gonna apply it using the Moda Pro Pointed Blush Brush. And speaking of Colourpop Super Shock Cheeks, I'm going to use the shade Flexitarian to highlight today. To apply it, I'm going to use the Sephora Small Contour Brush. And, you know, it's a special occasion, so I'm gonna really layer on the glow here. Like, I was watching a video a couple weeks ago, and someone was maybe doing like a highlight declutter, and she was like, I wish I could remember who it was. And she was like, oh, I love Flexitarian by Colourpop. Like, it's so beautiful. I mean, it's not an everyday shade. And like, meanwhile, I literally wear this, I wouldn't say every day, but I wear this to work probably twice a week. I am obsessive with highlight. I'm gonna hit the nose, down the center there, and the cupid's bow. I'm gonna set my face before I do lipstick. I've been using Matte Fix Plus to set like my eyes and then a different setting spray on the rest of my face, but I feel like this just really locks everything down. So I'm gonna start with that on the eyes. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray, which is so good. All right, and now for the lip, I am going to grab the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. If you don't have this lipstick yet and you like liquid lipstick, run to the drugstore or Ulta or wherever there's Maybelline by you. Just like go. This is so, so good. This and the Loreal Infallible Ultra Matte are like incredible liquid lipsticks. This is in the shade Pioneer. It is such a gorgeous, like true red. Does anyone else feel like their mouth is asymmetrical? Like I'll put on lipstick following the shape of my lips and it's like super uneven and I'm like, but that's what my face looks like. Alright guys, this is the final look. I'm so excited for this party tonight, so thank you guys for getting ready with me. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up and I will try to do some more. And if you haven't subscribed yet, the button is right there. Or there, it's down there somewhere. Subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today. I have new videos every Monday and Friday. You can also follow me on Instagram at LiveGraceFace. Until next time, hope you guys are having an awesome week. Bye.